Hello, dear friends. Observe, don't absorb. It's much easier to get on with life if you follow that strategy. Opinion piece. Everything is coming to surface. Gathering evidence. Rebirth towards a new world. Updating the operating system. Collapse of the old world order. Passing the halfway point of 2026. Let's start. Everything is coming to the surface. Everything no one wants to deal with. While the three-dimensional collective remains turbulent, according to Drew 86, we have crossed the equator of 2026 with another explosion in the Schumann resonance, along with the solar storm. The ether is very powerful right now, while the matrix traverses an unknown dimension. Mercury retrograde adds more flaws to an already faulty system, and the solar wind continues to expel radiation in all directions, consisting mainly of protons. So, while everything is happening at once, the best thing to do is to remain calm and serene. Rest when you need and listen to your body. We are still in the midst of an intense upgrade of the human operating system. The storm will continue its advance. The journey will become more bumpy. Emotions will intensify. Resources will be unlocked, and the old system will continue its evolution. The earth will continue to purify and transform, and events never before seen will manifest. People will live on the timeline of destiny to which they are magnetized. The next phase is the one many of us have been waiting for, but we cannot remain stuck in waiting, as that only generates more waiting. He who waits despairs. We must remain in a state of flow, even if that means resting deeply because our bodies need it. Your only task is to keep your mind, body, and spirit in optimal condition. Everything else will align and be drawn toward you so that you can fulfill your part of the mission. Starseeds and light bearers are increasing their power to achieve a greater impact on the physical plane. It's all based on free will. What we do with it is up to us. Many of you will be going into field work. We are all being prepared with different skills and talents to fulfill our purpose. This enthusiasm doesn't involve strenuous physical labor. For some, it's purely energetic. This is a massive undertaking with many elements in motion, too many to explain in words. So, stay in the heart. There's no need to enter the mind and start overthinking the details or how things will play out. Let go of the idea that you need to know how things will work. Trust in the supreme infinite intelligence of the ether, the divine source that transcends the understanding of our limited minds. We function as nodes of this inexhaustible and infinite source of energy. Reset news. The dark side firings have begun, according to Mr. Poole. That's not his words. It's a direct quote from the new Director of Intelligence, Bill Pulte. Hundreds of intelligence officers fired from aiding agencies. The purge has begun. Everything is going to come out. Bill Pulte just took over as Director of Intelligence. In his first 72 hours, he fired 6 political appointees and dismissed dozens of career officers, according to Mr. Poole. What the media won't tell you is that this is just the beginning. Look at the layoffs, the declassifications, the arrests. The storm is intensifying. The Federal Reserve is collapsing. The banking system is failing. And the tax side is panicking, all while a new financial system is being prepared. Central banks don't actually govern economic reality. Rather, they try to contain its tensions and maintain the appearance of control while imbalances continue to accumulate. Coming soon, commodity-backed money. Bank failures go hand in hand with economic failures. Trusting bank is a problem. But so is trusting fiat currency. The GSARA protocols are being activated. Gold-backed currency is arriving. The interest-based system is ending. And a 250-year reign is collapsing. That's why the media is silent. The banks are quiet and the elite are desperate. The elite network is exposed. The Pentagon investigates and there are compromised intelligence officials. That's not a data leak, but an elite exposure operation. The Pentagon has revealed its directed energy weapons program, but there's another side to the story they are not telling about how advanced these weapons are. Secretary Hessek witnessed lasers and microwaves destroying drones in real time. We are already seeing new elements in the quantum financial system, the quantum voting system, Starlink internet, P-phones, etc. It all depends on who controls them and who uses them. As we move toward increasing light energy, more and more problems will become fair situations that both sides can resolve. But for now, chaos, violence, and destruction are so widespread that this seems like a distant dream. I look forward to the end of the chaos and destruction, says Steve Biko. Reconstruction. The doctrine of reconstruction addresses the post-trial transition phase and the logistical and legal closure that follows the collapse of the old world order. According to Guardian Daniel, the monopoly of global bureaucratic manipulators within the shadows of the Allied operations design has been completely dismantled. The intersection of Nuremberg 2.0 and transitional protection ensures that the migration from maritime law to land law is executed smoothly, securely, and with mathematical precision. Evidence gathering. Covert activation of counterintelligence operation to gather evidence since 2016, according to Guardian Daniel. The initiation of the global systemic reset is based on a multi-year operation under the cover of the civilian theater, mathematically calculated and executed by Allied defense forces. The Allied Supreme Command not only diagnosed technological infiltration of sovereign voting nodes, but also leveraged this malicious attempt as a definitive strategic trap. Since 2016, a broad forensic protocol has been activated within covert operational lines in order not to prematurely interrupt the adversary's manipulation vectors, but to irrefutably document them. Specialized detachments of the Allied Defense Forces have intercepted and copied all data streams, system log files, IP routing addresses, and hidden source code modifications in real time across every geopolitically critical election node. The objective of this deployment mission was to preserve forensic evidence, impossible to hack, completely cutting off any legal escape routes for the transnational cartel when the decisive window of opportunity arrived, or will arrive. The deployment of the Allied Forensic Protocol provides the material guarantee that shatters democratic fraud in the brightest spotlight of public awareness. The coalition has exhaustively recorded every tactical move executed across the digital network, systematically closing the trap through emergency deployment. USA. The US Supreme Court recognizes birthright citizenship. Trump signs an executive order on regenerative agriculture to boost the food supply. Congress confronts MK Ultra project. Testimonies warn of mind control capabilities. Economy. A container ship runs aground in the Strait of Hormuz. Microsoft plans thousands of job cuts as its stock suffers its worst start in years. Russia floods the seas with cheap oil because it cannot refine it. Its industry is partially destroyed. The Kremlin confirms exceptional talks to import gasoline amid the chaos caused by drone attacks. The Philippines becomes the world's top buyer of solar panels. Spain. The number of wealthy individuals in Spain skyrockets by almost 30%. Spain and Portugal stand out for their dynamism in attracting industrial investment. The arrival of irregular immigrants to Spain fell by 32.5% in the first half of the year. Vodafone chooses Almeria for real satellite connectivity projects. Trump disappointed with Spain for vetoing the use of its bases for refusing to raise defense spending to 5%. The electromagnetic cannon, the futuristic artillery that seduces Spain. The Eurofighter replaces the F-18s in the Canary Islands with the addition of 8 aircraft. Americas. Cuba seeks a way out of the economic strangulation it has faced for decades. A plane departs for Venezuela with Spanish volunteers to set up a field hospital. 4 police officers arrested in Venezuela for appropriating money found in the rubble. The UN warns of the humanitarian situation in Venezuela. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.